I found bags for the leaves. Yes, it took about 2.5 hours to clear the yard, but at least I got it done before the rains came. I would litter this episode with lyrics inspired by Annie Lennox, but that'd be painful for you. Kind of like walking on broken glass. This is Short Time Shots, a mostly unfunny podcast that recaps the day's happenings in college wrestling. I'm your host, Jason Bryant. I have many leatherbound books, and I do this kind of stuff for a living. Seriously. At the Harold Nichols Cyclone Open, here are the notables out there. But just to let you know, there are no more I love yous. Man, that was a reach. Wisconsin's Tristan Moran topped Northern Iowa's Josh Alber in the finals by picking up a second period fall at 141 pounds. At 149, it was Missouri's Brock Mauller, who probably has the wrestling name of the year, and he picked up a 12-6 win in the finals over Iowa State's Jarrett Degan. Mauller beat Wisconsin's Cole Martin to reach the finals. At 165, Evan Wick of Wisconsin beat Northern Iowa's Bryce Steiert 3-2 in the finals of a matchup of All-Americans. UNI did see All-American Drew Foster major Iowa State Sam Colbray 14-0 in the finals at 184. New Cyclone Willie Miklus was solid with two falls on his way to a 5-2 finals victory over NAIA national champion Evan Hansen of Grandview in the finals at 197. Not a whole lot going on over at the Clarion Open in terms of star power, but notable performances were, well, notable. Eastern Michigan transfer Armando Torres captured the crown for Cleveland State at 133 pounds, beating Bloomsburg's Lewis Williams 3-2 in the finals. There's going to be a theme this year, and it's going to be Eastern Michigan guys doing really well at their new schools. Yeah, you hear that, Scott Weatherby? You suck. At 184 pounds, Michael Beard, who's not on the roster this season, but is bound for Penn State, topped NCAA qualifier Greg Bulsak of Clarion 13-9 in the finals. What's also interesting is after building a 13-2 lead midway through the second period, Beard got hit 4 times for stalling and gave up a near fall late. What's also interesting is since Beard isn't on a college roster, his wins and losses don't count. Nuances of NCAA rules regarding official records say that you have to be enrolled for results to count, even in opens. So all those guys who are about to lose to Aaron Brooks, more on that later, don't have to worry about their record either. Again, speaking of Aaron Brooks, we'll get to that in a moment. Heavyweight was also interesting as Pittsburgh's Demetrius Thomas topped Division III national champion Jake Evans 14-4 in the semifinals on his way to the championship. Thomas was an NAIA national champion at Williams Baptist in Arkansas as a freshman and was second last year before transferring to Pitt. He had to beat Seth Nevills and unrostered soon-to-be Penn Stater 9-7 in the second round. Now, the Cowboy Open. Wyoming had a bunch of guys win. No biggie there. Junior World silver medalist and Penn State bound Aaron Brooks won 184 pounds. He's spending this year at the OTC, and while it's impressive for a kid like Brooks to come in and win a college open, let's not get too carried away about his competition. He's a blue-chip, can't-miss recruit, so beating a pair of D2 guys and an Air Force guy who hasn't been their full-time starter yet shouldn't be cause for, super celebration. He's going to be real good at the next level. Real good. His scores are impressive, but I wouldn't consider this a huge test for him just yet. Michigan State Open. Hey, let's talk about Rayvon Foley. He was very solid, winning a title at 125 pounds, beating Central Michigan's Drew Hildebrandt in the semis, and majoring Michigan's Drew Madden 12-3 in the finals. Kanen Storr beat teammates in back-to-back rounds to pick up a title for Michigan at 141 pounds, while Penn freshman Anthony Artalona won the title at 149 pounds for the Quakers. Michigan's got a real nice situation at 157 where true freshman Will Lewan topped All-American and teammate Alec Pantaleo 10-8 in the finals there. Lewan already stole a match in the wrestle-offs from Pantaleo, and let's be clear, there is no way Lewan is starting this year unless something bad happens to Pantaleo. But anyway, that's just impressive. Speaking of impressive, Darden Schurg, this guy you have not heard about unless you're a fan of Division III wrestling. And if you're not a fan of Division III wrestling, you should be. It's one of the most exciting national championships in the world, and I've been to damn near everything in the world. Anyway, Darden Schurg, a Division III All-American from Wabash, he was 4th last year. He came away as the champion at 174 pounds, and he did it impressively. After beating the returning Division III champion, Gerard James of Mount Union, who was formerly at Kent State, he beat James in the quarters. Schurg teched Oklahoma's Anthony Artalona before beating Northern Illinois' Brit Wilson in the finals. Who the heck is Brit Wilson, you say? Well, he had beaten Michigan State's Drew Hughes in the semis. So, cliche warning, Schurg is coming to wrestle this season. And Wabash, remember, they're the little giants. At heavyweight, Mason Paris pinned Central Michigan's Matt Stencil in 14 seconds. That's 0:14 to win the title at heavyweight. Bruh. Here comes the rain again? Nah, more like here comes the pain again. Returning NCAA Division III champion Ben Brisman of Ithaca won 5 bouts en route to the title at 141 pounds at the Ithaca Invitational. Brisman topped Castleton's Max Temple 10-3 in the finals. At 184 pounds, it was a pair of All-Americans tangling as Ithaca's Jake Ashcraft and Western New England's John Boyle got reacquainted. Last year at the Division III Championships, Ashcraft majored Boyle 12-2 in the third-place match. This time, a 4-0 win for Ashcraft as Ithaca won the team championship with 167 points and 4 champions. You know what else is cool? Seeing a school win its first tournament in nearly 40 years. That is exactly what happened as Gettysburg crowned 4 individual champions to win the Messiah Invitational over host Messiah 110.5-97. Also of note, Andy Vogel, the head coach of Gettysburg, the man behind D3Wrestle.com, Messiah alum. Champions for the Bullets. Yes, the Bullets, and not the crappy kind of Bullets like the old Washington Bullets, were Robert Garnett at 141 pounds, Colin Devlin at 149, Colin Kowalski at 174, and Paul Triandafilou at heavyweight. That last name is easy for me. Why? If I can say the Mongolians without issue, Triandafilou is a walk in the park. York College, this is the one in Pennsylvania, won the Ned McGinley Monarch Invitational held at King's College in Pennsylvania. That's Wilkes-Barre, just over from Scranton, which is the home of Dunder Mifflin. You've got that Spartan spirit as Sparty Gangrene won 4 individual titles for head coach Dwayne Bastris. On to the dual meets. Yes, there's a lot of stuff going on here in our first weekend of wrestling. Number 2, Ohio State returned to the state of Maryland to take on Navy. The end result was a 28-9 win for the Buckeyes. In a dual war, Navy battled hard for most of these matches, but seemed to fade late at the end of several bouts. Miles Martin's a New Jersey native, but he went to high school at McDonough, which is where the duel was held. Martin looked solid, picking up 1 of 2 technical falls on the night. The other came at 149 by Micah Jordan. A big, impressive win over Price there. Jared Prince there. Joey McKenna needed a pair of escapes and a riding time point to get past Navy's Nicholas Gill 3-2 at 141. McKenna fresh off the plane after competing in Friday night's All-Star Classic at altitude in Denver. Number 7, Missouri blasted number 15, Illinois 30-8 at the Grapple at the Grove, an outdoor event prior to the Illinois football game in Champaign. All-American Jaden Ironman got past Mikey Carr 12-10 at 141, while true freshman Jake Elam, fresh off his silver medal performance at the Junior Worlds, beat Go Hard or Go Home Douche Racial 10-4 at 285. Illinois did have one bright spot as transfer Joey Gunther knocked off Missouri's Connor Flynn 4-1 at 165. Oh, man, I haven't even taken a breath yet. Deep breath. Number 16, Rutgers cruised to 3 wins in the rack in front of over 4,200 fans. The Scarlet Knight faithful saw the return of Anthony Ashnault to the lineup. The 3-time All-American pinned all 3 of his opponents on the day, including returning NCAA qualifier Christian Olivas of Fresno State. As far as the duels went, Rutgers beat Fresno State 30-6, pounded Division III schools Johnson Wales 38-5, and Centenary 48-3. Yes, Nick Siriano wrestled 133, and yes, that's where he will stay this year. If anyone tells you he might be going down at some point, that is not happening, folks. Trust me, 133 or nothing for Siriano unless he gets really big and goes 41. Let's not even start there, remember. He's a 33-pounder. He's not going to 25. In Division III, Washington and Lee got an overtime victory at 285 pounds by freshman Clay Chadwick to upend number 11 Ferrum 20-15. Having grown up in Virginia and been aware of the Generals, that's Washington Lee, program for over 20 years, this is the biggest win I can remember in the program's history. Congrats to Nate Shearer on the crew there in Lexington. I mean, let's just say there'd be years where I didn't hear anything about W&L. Now, not only Ferrum, a new program out there in the same area, we were developing a rivalry there between Washington and Lee and Ferrum. This is great for wrestling, not just in Virginia, but in Division III. Thomas More, spelled M-O-R-E. Yes, the Saints, and we're not talking about Val Kilmer here. They picked to be 35-9 win over Kentucky Wesleyan on Saturday. While we're not talking about Val Kilmer, can we talk about Elizabeth Shue, though? Seriously, the match was the first duel in Kentucky Wesleyan history, and who got the first wins? Lamont Wilson, Caleb Craig, and Daniel Lopez did the honor for KWU. As always, the results are available at the nation's most comprehensive college wrestling scoreboard at almanac.madtalkonline.com or on the front page of madtalkonline.com. You can click that college scoreboard logo with the lights, the scoreboard light looking font. Click there. It'll take you to the scores, the tournaments broken out by division, schedules. You know it. Oh, man. That's where you get all your stuff. Everything. Every division, everything. Why? Because there's more to life than 20% of wrestling. There's so much wrestling in here. And it's a lot. There's a lot of great stuff here. Like, I taught you about Darden Schurg today, folks. Knowledge bombs. Anyway, if you like the dynamic, on-demand content of the Mad Talk Podcast Network, how about kicking a few bones a month in my direction to help continue promoting this great sport. You can contribute at mattalkonline.com/join the team. You'll get some cool stuff. You'll get a shout out. And if you help enough, I might just stop with these awful themes like Annie Lennox. Are you kidding me? Why did I sing that? I don't know, but I'd like to thank you for spending your time with me because you've always got time for short time and bad music lyrics. Mic drop. The Short Time Wrestling Podcast is proudly outfitted by Compound Clothing. Shirts, singlets, custom gear orders, everything you need. Call up Cliff and the crew at cmpteamwear.com. First time listening? Well, you can change that by going to mattalkonline.com/get-short-time to subscribe on Apple Podcasts or listen on your favorite podcatcher at mattalkonline.com/listen.